Hey YouTube, how are you? My name is Noel. Today is February 18th, 2018, and I'm making my first vlog ever, so I'm excited. So this video is going to be called The Nut and Bolts of Buying a Ferrari. I love YouTube. I watch it every night. It's just such a cool thing, especially as a car enthusiast. So when I have questions I want answered, I go to YouTube all the time. And at first, I do want to do a shout out to Daniel at Normal Guy Supercar and Rob Freddy. Your videos were very helpful to me. I thank you guys both. But I couldn't find the video I was looking for, which is really the nuts and bolts about the decision-making process to buy the car. And you know, it's your obvious stuff, but you have to go a little deeper when it's a Ferrari. You know, your budget, just like any other car, you want to set your budget. Mileage, I think lower the better. However, a car that wasn't used at all sometimes can be a little scary because then you can get things that break. These cars don't like to be parked. The options the car has, you know, Scuderia shields or the carbon fiber interior, these are all things that make the car more valuable upon wanting to resell it if you ever want to resell it. Plus what you desire when you're looking for a car. But maintenance and condition and the mileage, I think, are the main things here. But I want to talk about maintenance for a second. So with the maintenance, there's different types of maintenance. There's a guy who does the work himself and keeps records. There's non-Ferrari dealer service guys that specialize in Ferraris and they do the repairs and you can have receipts from them. And then of course Ferrari dealerships who do the maintenance. I personally think that having a car serviced at Ferrari is better than the other type of records, because I think that from the standpoint of long-term resale value, people are more comfortable with the cars that were serviced at the dealership. And Ferrari has a very specific requirements that they have to meet to be able to sell the car. So where a private dealer isn't obligated to be at a certain standard, a Ferrari dealer is, and that's why I believe you should buy from a Ferrari dealer. You're going to pay a premium, but if you really look back at the cost of what services cost to where you might buy the car and have to go backwards to get it up to par, you may find that it really wasn't a premium. My car is a 2006 Ferrari F430 Spider, and the reconditioning fee that was put into my car was $18,000. And being new to the world of Ferrari, I'm like, oh my goodness, what the heck could cost $18,000 on a car that's basically new? My car has 7,440 miles on it. And the reality is it's very common. They put a clutch in my car, so I'm getting a car with a fresh clutch on it. One tire, the motor mounts are an issue on these cars, and they replace the motor mounts. And a couple of other little things here and there. But that puts me in a position where, as not a rich guy, just a guy that works hard and is fortunate to be able to afford this car, can get into this car and hopefully get some time out of it before I have to go and start spending money on maintenance. So maintenance is so important for not only ownership experience and resale experience, but the whole experience, because it can become really quite tough if you buy the car for a nice expensive purchase, and then you have a nice expensive purchase to put into the car. So please look at the maintenance records, make sure you get copies of them, keep them, and make sure the car is up to par when it comes to the maintenance. Let's talk about condition and blemishes. The F430 that I purchased, they're made from 2005 to 2009. There is no car, at least I believe, that is going to be perfect that is out there if it's been driven at all. And if it hasn't been driven, that's not necessarily a good thing either. So, you know, my car was 4 hours away. And when I went up there, it's very blemish free. And there is a couple little things, but very minor. And if you're one of those people that want to look for the unicorn, because I'm very particular, and I'd love to find the unicorn, but I don't know that the unicorn really exists, because I think if you say, fly to Texas or fly to Florida or wherever you might be coming from, you're probably just going to find blemishes in a different area, different blemishes, different car. And I want to share a 2-minute story here with you, which really kind of scared me, because there was a dealer I saw on eBay, which wasn't a Ferrari dealer, and they were selling a 2007 with the carbon ceramic brakes and 7,000 miles, and just had a $2,800 service at a Ferrari dealer. And they said the car was perfect. So I did my due diligence and kind of called Ferrari on my own and said, I know this car was there. Can you tell me a little bit about it? And they couldn't get too specific because I don't own the car for privacy purposes, but the guy was really cool. And he told me, he said, there are two major repairs that the dealership declined having done. So he knew there were two major repairs, and he decided not to tell me about that. So I could have, spent money on a pre-purchase inspection and wasted that, or I could have flew out there and saw the car and had a pre-purchase inspection and, any other scenario, and the end result would have been I would have found out that this car had major problems, and I would have paid quite a bit of money for it and had to put quite a bit of money into it, and that really would have been very tough. So please do your due diligence. Caveat emptor, buyer beware. You got to make sure that you follow the path of the car. Carfax, of course, and Carfax is pretty helpful in that if it's done at a Ferrari dealer, like with my car, all the services are listed on the Carfax as well, so it shows the history there. But buy at a Ferrari dealer. I can only stress that to you because Ferrari dealers, when they reject the cars and they go to wholesale, that's where these smaller dealers end up with the cars. If it's a good car, the dealer said to me, I'd buy as many clean F430s as I could get, and I can't get them. And when they get them and they refuse them, there's a good reason for it. And those are the cars that end up with these smaller dealerships. Now, don't get me wrong, there could be a trade-in now and then that there's not a story with the car, but the reality of the situation is that if it's a clean car, a Ferrari dealer is going to want it. They're going to get it up to the spec that they're obligated to, and they're going to sell it, which might seem like a premium, but it's really not. Shipping the car, you have to take into account if it's not local to be delivered. The dealer I bought it from is delivering it for me at no charge because it's about 200 miles away. And then your time, of course. So to recap, please, maintenance, understand that none of these cars are perfect, but they should be darn close. Test drive the car. Don't let them not let you test drive it. Understand how these clutches work. That's the other thing. That's just the only buyer's guide type of thing I want to do, because if you drive them right, these clutches will last. If you drive them wrong, they will go quickly. Please subscribe to my channel. This is my first video, and I am going to do more about my car when it's coming off the trailer. And you could follow me at Instagram at Herman Motorsports. This is my Mustang race car behind me, NASA American Iron. I hope this video was helpful. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have down below, and I'll try to answer them. And I look forward to making more videos, and I hope my first video was okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.